you want me to read?
Yes, the next section, Daniel chapter 7. Now this is gonna shoot on toward the end of the chapter here, and then we're gonna go back to the middle of it. And the third section, when all is well, we're I don't understand why Daniel put all the judgment, the coming judgment, in the middle part, instead of putting it toward the end. But I guess we shall find out, right?
Verses 15 through 28.
Yes.
I, Daniel, was troubled in spirit, and the visions that passed through my mind disturbed me. I approached one of those standing there and asked him the meaning of all of this. So he told me and gave me the interpretation of these things. The 4 great beasts were 4 kings that will rise from the earth. But the holy people of the Most High will receive the kingdom and will possess it forever. Yes, forever and ever. Then I wanted to know the meaning of the 4th beast, which was different from all the others, and most terrifying, with its iron teeth and bronze claws. The beast that crushed and devoured its victims and trampled underfoot whatever was left. I also wanted to know about the 10 horns on its head and about the other horn that came up, before which 3 of them fell. The horn that looked more imposing than the others, and that had eyes and a mouth that spoke boastfully. As I watched, this horn was waging war against the holy people and defeating them, until the Ancient of Days came and pronounced judgment in favor of the holy people of the Most High. And the time came when they possessed the kingdom. He gave me this explanation. The 4th beast is a 4th kingdom that will appear on earth. It will be different from all the other kingdoms and will devour the whole earth, trampling it down and crushing it. The 10 horns are 10 kings who will come from this kingdom. After them, another king will arise, different from the earlier ones, and he will subdue 3 kings. He will speak against the Most High and oppress his holy people and try to change the set times and the laws. The holy people will be delivered into his hands for a time, times, and half a time. But the court will sit, and his power will be taken away and completely destroyed forever. Then the sovereignty, power, and greatness of all the kingdoms under heaven will be handed over to the holy people of the Most High. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom, and all rulers will worship and obey him. This is the end of the matter. I, Daniel, was deeply troubled by my thoughts, and my face turned pale. But I kept the matter to myself.
So what is Daniel telling us here? See here, I wrote down, Satan uses whatever it takes to make us fearful, doesn't he? See, the Antichrist is seen as arrogant and defiant, unleashing a triad against God and launching a fierce war against the holy people. And the holy people are Christians, right? Christians today.
And also the Israelites.
Yep, and the Israelites of today and the past. Antichrist was always, I guess, the Jewish people, wasn't he?
Yes.
See here, Daniel's vision tells us that the Antichrist will attack God's people in the future. See, however, we must recognize that Satan uses many tactics to lead us away from Christ even today. Now, Satan subtly tries to make us ashamed, to be identified as Christians. God's people are often portrayed as foolish and intolerant when they stand for godliness. However, we are intolerant in the world today.
It's okay for everybody to be intolerant against us.
Yeah.
We just can't be.
Yeah, we gotta watch what we say, and, you know,
Yeah.
because we don't wanna offend people, right?
Just gotta be careful.
But what are we supposed to be like that, or,
No, I speak God's word when it's time.
amen, because
When
we
the
gotta,
Lord gives me something
you
to
know,
say to somebody, I say it.
we gotta be bold, right?
Yes.
Even in trying times and circumstances. Yeah,
This is, I mean, it speaks literally of future time. This is pointed out in Revelation, when Antichrist appears, that would mean, if we understand it correct, the church has already been taken away from planet Earth, but there'll be those that will embrace Christ at that point, will embrace the message of God, we'll say it that way. And they will want to, you know, do what is right. But Antichrist, it appears, in Revelation, I think it's, Revelation 13, I don't know if for certain, I have to look. But it appears though that all of a sudden he's got this power and he's taken over all the world leaders. And he's gonna able to, you know, bring power against, we'll call it what is the godly influence that's left on planet Earth at that time. Whether it be both the Jews and those who embraced the message of God, the Gentiles that became believers during that time period.
and I'm thinking that's what Daniel was referring to about that little horn was gonna be great, you know, and then he was gonna take, you know, destroy 3 of the 10 horns here. He was gonna take three nations down.
Well,
So-
usually when it talks about horn, it's talking about power.
The power, yeah.
And
we're
so
straight,
3
yeah.
of the world powers are gonna be taken down by
Yeah.
1, and that's where the Antichrist is gonna come in and he's gonna become a world power, an overseer of a world power. And he's going to come in and usurp the powers of others to do it. But it says that he will be an arrogant and evil man. It'll be during the Great Tribulation.
Yeah.
And he's going to bring trials and tribulation upon those who are serving God, the Jewish people and the Christians. But the promise is that he is going to be removed. And when he's removed, then the reign of God is coming in through Jesus Christ.
And that verse that went times and a half, what does that time?
3.5 years.
So time refers to a year, and times
It's 2
refers to 2 years. I don't really understand where that interpretation came from. But it's been understood that the times and a half is 3.5 years. So for 3.5 years, the Antichrist is gonna run amok, isn't he? And then in verse 28, we learn that Daniel's dream troubled him, and he knew its implication. Many believers would suffer physically, and their faith would be tried. So this troubled Daniel that he kept the dream to himself. Although it's written here in paper, I think he kept his feelings to himself about what he had seen, because it probably really bothered him.
Well, if you saw all that, it would bother you too.
Yeah,
It would.
It
I'm sure
would,
he probably
yeah.
saw a lot more than what he even had the space to write down.
yeah,
Or maybe couldn't even describe it, you know what I'm saying? Because if he was seeing things of our day and age, how would you describe it as someone from his day and age, you know?
sure,
It would be very difficult to put that in words.
sure. And when was Daniel? Probably 2,500 years ago, give or take?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah,
But the promise is that we can trust God and he's gonna get us through. And
amen.
we know that we're gonna be with him when he comes to get us. My focus is always on Christ's return, even though I'm keeping my eyes on the signs of the times and what's going on in the world, all that's doing is encouraging my heart that Christ's return is even closer. And my eyes are on Christ's return, not on all the bad stuff. Yes, I need to be aware and I need to be paying attention, but not so wrapped up in it that it becomes my focus. My focus is Christ. My focus is His return.
Yeah, because like you were saying, if all our thoughts are on what's going on in the world, then we could be caught up in all the mess around the world and what we see on TV, and we could be discouraged and lose our heart and just not think of God, but we need, that's where we need the Holy Spirit for for keeping us aware of what's going on and telling us that it's going to be okay, God is in charge, so.
I think it's important to remember that when Jesus was confronted by the disciples just before He went to heaven, and they were saying, so is this now the time for you to, restore the kingdom? And Jesus said, it's not for you to know the times or
Yeah.
and that my Father has, He's already got that all taken. He said, no, instead, wait and be endued with power. And so, knowing the dates and the times and all of those things, that's not what's going to endue us with power. We're going to be endued with power when the Holy Spirit comes on us, not when we know all the dates. And so the important thing is to keep our focus right, to understand these things are going to happen, but as they're happening, keeping our focus on where the power is really coming from.
Amen. And I think if we knew the dates, and I don't think that is really, that's really, it really wouldn't make any difference because people are gonna live the way they live whether they know or not.
But if they knew, people would run amok.
Yeah,
And right
until
before
the next 5 minutes.
They'd be on their
Yeah, the
knees,
last
yeah.
5 minutes, yeah.
And it wouldn't be real repentance.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's God wants a change of heart, not being rushed and not coerced through time. And,
Yes,
He wants
it would make.
He wants us to be real.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.